Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake up, turn the volume up, because we got another episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Coble, joined by Max Faulkner. Max, we are joining the people here on Monday, March 11th, 6 days away from Selection Sunday.
My gosh.
To give the people 7 conference tournament breakdowns going through the brackets. Max, if the people don't know, this is number 7 out of 7. Woo! This is the last one, baby.
It's a lot of work.
Last one.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of hours. A lot of hours at the desk. But damn it, right now we're doing the Big East. And I love the Big East, Max. I grew up on the Big East with Notre Dame being in there.
That's right.
You think of teams like, 10, 15 years ago, like UConn and Pitt, Syracuse, Louisville, Villanova, Cincinnati, West Virginia.
West Virginia was in there.
West Virginia was in there. Kevin Pittsnoggle and Bob Huggins and Beeline. But I grew up on the Big East. Big East is one of my favorite conferences, so I'm excited to do this with you. What was your overall thoughts on the conference this season?
Pretty good overall. We have some guys on the bubble watch, which is going to be exciting to talk about today. And there's actually some pretty solid teams that if you're not thinking about potential Elite Eight, even a Final Four, and one particular for another championship, then you're sleeping. You're sleeping on the Big East.
Yeah. UConn top 5 all season, Marquette top 10 all season, Creighton top 15 all season. So those 3 teams right there definitely are holding the Big East down.
Oh, yeah.
Max, give me your Big East Player of the Year for this season. This is a toss-up. This is a toss-up.
This was harder than I thought. Okay, I've thought of 2 names in particular, and I was like, oh, they're definitely on there. And then I started looking at some other names. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they won it.
Yeah.
Like all the way up and down.
Yeah.
But I think at number 1, being the best team, well, second best team technically in the nation, but the best team in the Big East, you got to give it to Tristan Newton, baby. Tristan Newton, almost, basically triple-double numbers in a way when it comes to college basketball, right? Averaging 15 points, 7 rebounds. How many assists? 5.8 assists. He shoots 80% from the free throw line, 31.5% from the arc. He's only shooting 40% from the field, but that 15-7 and basically 6 line, that excites me. That excites me, and I think that he is going to win this year's Big East Player of the Year. What do you got, Cabrizi?
I'm right there with you. Best player on the best team. Those 7.1 boards are 9th in the Big East. Your point guard is top 10 in the conference in rebounding, and those 5.8 assists were 2nd in the Big East. Tristan Newton. You talk about the triple-doubles. He's got 4 career triple-doubles, 2 this year, 2 last year. That's the active Division I leader, the all-time UConn leader in triple-doubles, Tristan Newton. He came back, and he's even better. So, Tristan Newton, Big East Player of the Year this season. Who's your next guy, runner-up for the award?
Runner-up, I think he could win it. He could. But sadly, at the end of the season, I think he sprained his ankle, and he's been out for a little bit. I got Tyler Kolek. I have Tyler. Oblique. It's an oblique. Ooh, do you have an update on that, Cabrizi? Do you know anything?
No update, boys. No update.
But I know he's out for the Big East tournament, right? Didn't they say that?
I don't know about that.
No? Okay. All right.
No update here.
All right. That scares me. Definitely for the Golden Eagle fans out there as well.
It has to.
I hope he's all right because Tyler Kolek's fun to watch. He's averaging 15 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, 7.6 assists, which leads the league, everybody. Leads the entire nation.
The nation.
He's shooting 48.6% from the field, 88% from the line, and 40% from beyond the arc. This guy could win. This guy could win the Big East Player of the Year.
Yep.
He won it last year, did he not?
He did.
He won it last year. He could be back-to-back. Excellent player in Tyler Kolek. Marquette can go long ways, but he has to be there. He has to be playing. I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay. Definitely going to get an update here from Shaka Smart here, I hope. I got Tyler Kolek 3rd.
Nice.
Runner-up for Big East Player of the Year for me was Baylor Shireman.
Yeah.
Forward for the Blue Jays. 18.5 points per game was 3rd in the Big East. 8.8 rebounds was 2nd in the Big East. Also dishing it out, he's a point forward. 4.1 assists was 10th in the Big East. 46% from the floor, 86% from the line. That was third in the conference. Baylor Shireman had a hell of a year. The old Jack Rabbit from South Dakota State. Shireman, he could be the Big East Player of the Year, too.
He's having a hell of a season, Cole Breeze. He's my number 3. He's my number 3. Man, Creighton is scary. Creighton's scary, everyone. I wouldn't doubt if they won this Big East tournament, and I wouldn't doubt seeing them in the Final Four. They have some scorers, man.
Yeah, Elite Eight last season for Creighton, so lost to San Diego State. They've been there, so they're not afraid. Next guy for me, Max, I'm gonna go to another Blue Jay, big man Ryan Kalkbrenner. Also on my
Ryan
first team.
Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, listen
My
to
gosh.
this. 17.1 points. That was 6th in the Big East. 7.3 boards, tied for 6th in the conference. 3 blocks per game.
Oh,
that was
my.
2nd in the nation.
I missed that.
2nd in the nation. He shot 65% from the floor. That was 1st in the Big East and 6th in the nation. Ryan Kalkbrenner, first team All Big East. Let's go.
I missed the 3 blocks per game. I was looking at these stats.
And the 65% shooting.
Well, I saw that. I definitely saw that, which is, a lot of big men are high percentage from the field. But yeah, geez, 3 blocks per game. Yes, dude, this guy is. I missed it. My bad. But it's funny because I'm actually still staying with a Creighton Blue Jay as my number 4. I got Trey Alexander. Yeah. Trey Alexander is averaging 17.5 points per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, and 4.9 assists. You got to be kidding me, man. 82% from the free throw line, 45.4% from field goals, which, it's not bad. It's not terrible. 32% from beyond the arc. And, dude, Creighton is scary good. They have a big 3. They got a big 3 here. Oh, my goodness.
I got Trey Alexander, first guy on my second team, so he just barely missed the cut. I didn't feel like putting 3 Blue Jays on the first team. That's a little wild to me.
That's exactly how I felt about Kalkbrenner.
My last guy on the first team, though, Providence guard Devin Carter. Same for you?
I got him as well as number 5. Yeah, having a good year.
19.4 points per game, was 2nd in the Big East, just 0.1 off from the lead. 8.6 rebounds. This guy's 6'3", $195. 6'3", $195. He's giving you 8.6 boards. That was 3rd in the Big East. 3.6 assists, 48% shooting, 39% from deep. Devin Carter having a quiet season for the Friars of Providence.
It's really loud in the Big East when it comes to UConn, Marquette, and Creighton, but the Friars, Flyers.
Friars.
They are the Friars. Okay, yeah. What the hell is a fryer? Like fries? Like
a night or something? It's like a night, maybe. I don't know. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Providence is on the bubble. Okay, they're on the bubble. They're going to have to make a run here in this dance. We're going to be talking about that here in a second. I think they can make it, and they have an elite scorer in Devin Carter. Ooh, man. I like him.
According to Google here, friar, a member of any certain religious orders of men, especially the 4 mendicant orders. I don't know what the fuck that means.
The hell does that mean?
Some with the Roman Catholic Church. Nothing I know about. So that's what friars are going on there.
Okay. Well, thank you for that update, Cole Breezy.
Let's get into the meat of this Big East podcast and the bracket. Picking every matchup game by game here, Max. First round is on Wednesday, March 13th. We got the 8-9 matchup here to start. Butler and Xavier. This one's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
These 2 teams played twice, just as everybody did in the Big East. Big East plays everybody twice. This Butler-Xavier matchup, each team won on their home floor. Xavier by 14, Butler by 6. Who you got in this first matchup here, Max?
I got my Butler Bulldogs, baby, in
Butler Bulldogs.
Well, I mean, we're from Indiana, so why not go for Indiana team saying my? But yeah, okay, all right. Butler Bulldogs, baby. They got 4 guys on the team that are averaging at least 11.1 points per game. They got a guy in Pierre Brooks averaging 14.8 points per game, and that's their leading scorer. Not too bad. We'll see how far they make it in this Big East tournament because technically, from what I'm hearing from analysts, they're on the bubble. This team's on the bubble. Yeah. I'm looking at 9-11 here in the Big East. It's not I don't think it's very promising. But hey, if they get a matchup, well, they're gonna win this game because Xavier's having a tough year. Okay, they're not having the year that they had last year, which Xavier was damn good last year.
Three
So
seed, I want to say.
yeah, they were. But I got the Butler Bulldogs. Cobrizi, who do you got?
Both teams at 9-11 here in the conference. I think Xavier's the better defensive team. Number 9 ranked strength of schedule according to ESPN. I'm
Huh?
going the Musket Queefs of Xavier to take
Wow.
down Butler here. So we're going opposite right off the bat. Next first round matchup on Wednesday. We got the 7-10 matchup. Providence, those Friars that we just learned a little bit about, taking on the Hoyas of Georgetown. These two teams played twice. Providence got them both. First one by 8, the next one by 13. I see a clean sweep for Providence here. Providence moves on.
Providence moves on. Everyone, they have a big 3. They have 3 guys that are averaging at least 15.5 points per game. The other guy's name is Bryce Hopkins. I want to know if he is still playing. Is he hurt?
Nope. Ripped his knee.
He's done.
Knee about 6-8 weeks ago.
Oh man, that's a bummer for the Friars because otherwise they probably would have been going a little bit deeper here in the Big East. But they do still have a good scorer in Devin Carter and Josh Oduro averaging 16 and 7 as well. I got the Friars here.
Oduro made my second team all conference, so he's having a quiet year there for Providence also. Last first round matchup on Wednesday, the 6-11 matchup, Villanova and DePaul. Max, DePaul went 0-20 in the Big East this year. The Blue Demons fired their coach months ago, 3-28 overall. Are they going to get this one over Villanova?
DePaul is just a pathetic athletics program. They don't win at anything. Why are they even in here? They never win.
They need to be a mid-major. They need to drop down.
They need to drop down, slide someone else in here that will put up some competition because DePaul is always on the bottom of the barrel. Always the bottom of the barrel.
Go to the Atlantic 10 with Dayton and Loyola Chicago.
Let's put Dayton in the Big East. How about we put Dayton in there? All right. Yeah. Give us a trade here. I got Villanova. What are we wasting time for? Jeez Louise.
Villanova beat them the first time by 36 and the next one by 25. So a couple ass beatings.
Yeah.
Quarterfinal matchups on Thursday. We got the Huskies seated first, sitting there waiting. We both got a different matchup here. I'll go first. I got the Huskies taking on Xavier. UConn got both matchups. The first one by 5, the next one by 43. UConn in about a 20-point smacking over the Musket Queefs.
Yeah, I got them over to Butler easily. UConn's got 5 starters averaging 11.2, at least 11.2 points per game. Okay, they're averaging 81 points per game, 38 rebounds per game, 18 assists. They are under 10 turnovers per game. They take care of the damn ball. They shoot 49% from the field, 36.6% from the arc. This is a scary, scary team, everybody. Scary team. And not to mention they have a really good defense. They got it all.
And a great coach, too.
And a great coach.
The next quarterfinal matchup might be the best one of the day. The 4-5 matchup, Seton Hall, St. John's. St. John's playing at their home court. Seton Hall traveling from nearby. This is going to be a ruckus one. This is going to be a rowdy one. Seton Hall got both of these games this year. The first one by 15, the next one by 6. Can Seton Hall get a 3-way sweep of Rick Pitino and St. John's?
Cobreze, I think we missed Coach of the Year talk. I think we forgot to say that. So I'll just go ahead.
You want to save it for then? Or are you gonna go ahead? Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say it because we're talking about St. John's. I'm picking Rick Pitino. I'm picking Rick Pitino.
Nice.
Man, St. John's. They when was the last time they've been into the dance, Cobreze? When's the last time?
Been a handful of years.
I couldn't tell you when. And this is the time that they're on the bubble. If Seton Hall, I think, is in. Right? They have a 13-7 record in the Big East. I think they're in. I think they're going to get in there with the 20 wins that they have already. The St. John's has to get this win. They get this win, I think they're in. And I got, come on. They're a solid team. They have at least 4 guys that are averaging 10.6 points per game. 38.9 rebounds per game. Rick Pitino has completely transformed the St. John, the Red Storm, they call it, the St. John's Red Storm. I'm excited for them, and I hope they make the dance.
Yeah, it's been a little bit there just going through the standings. This is a toss-up game for sure. Rick Pitino definitely lighting a fire under his guys. Did you see his comments after the one loss? He called multiple guys out by name and said they were laterally slow, and then he called 2 or 3 guys out and said, "This guy's physically weak. This guy's physically weak. This guy can't move. This guy can't move laterally.
Jeez.
This
Tough
guy
coach.
can't guard anybody." So he definitely lit a fire. It's going to be tough for Seton Hall to get all 3 of these, especially with the St. John's in home floor. But Seton Hall's not traveling further either. I like Seton Hall more. I'm going off it here again, Max. Seton Hall, bubble gets popped right here. Bubbles popped for the Red Storm.
Red Storm. Gotcha. Okay. All right.
I think that's what you said, Red Storm.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Next quarterfinal matchup, the 2-seed Blue Jays of Creighton with 3 guys averaging over 17 a game. Holy moly. We both got them taking on the 7-seed Friars of Providence. These 2 teams played twice this year. Creighton got the first one by 9. Providence got the next one by 4 in overtime. So we got a little rubber match here, Max.
Wow.
I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I think Creighton's way more talented. The loss of Bryce Hopkins for Providence.
Yeah.
We see what's been going on with that. They were ranked in the low 20s when he went down, if I'm not mistaken, and now they're the 7th seed in the Big East, fighting for their lives. Bubbles bursted. See ya, Providence.
Agreed. Creighton. If Providence wins, I think they're in, but I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. Creighton's too good.
They could still get in even with a loss, maybe. They're close. Close. Yeah. Last quarterfinal matchup on Thursday. On Thursday, 3-seed Marquette taking on the 6-seed Villanova. Wildcats for us. This one's going to be a good one. We don't know about Tyler Kolek. We don't know. Marquette got both matchups. The first one by 13, the next one by 5. Also, Ighodaro had a hell of a season. He was on my second team all-conference. I love Shaka Smart. I think it's a redemption year for Marquette. I think they could be a Final Four team. But, Max, I got an upset here.
Oh, my.
Villanova's got something to play for, baby. They got more urgency. Marquette, they might say, hey, Tyler, we're locked into a 2, 3, 4 seed at the worst. Why don't you take the week off? Get right for March. And they slip up. Villanova gets in a rhythm against DePaul, hangs 100 points on DePaul, and keeps that rolling against Marquette. Villanova, moving on, baby.
Love the pick. This was the one game that I was back and forth on. I'm like, I don't know. Particularly because of Tyler Kolek. I don't know what's going on with it.
Don't.
Regardless, if Kolek plays or not, I still think Marquette is going to take down Villanova. I still think they will. Marquette is actually still pretty good, even without him. Yeah. But not good enough to make a run in the dance. So I'll tell you that much. They need Kolek if they want to make a run in the dance. But for this Big East tournament, I got Marquette. Let's go.
Yeah, they just won at Xavier by 6 on Saturday without Kolek. So that was a solid win there. But we're off on that one. First semifinal matchup for me. Looks like we got 2 different semifinal matchups here, Max. I got Seton Hall playing UConn, the 1-4 matchup. They split the season series. Seton Hall beat UConn 75-60. Let's not forget that early in the season, December, I want to say 75-60, Seton Hall. But then UConn turned around here recently, got them 91-61 at home, 30-piece. UConn's better. UConn's got bigger things on their mind. They're gonna roll over Seton Hall. But I will say, Seton Hall, I feel like they're a sleeper. I feel like Seton Hall's a sleeper. I went on FanDuel. Ben brought up the betting last night. I went on FanDuel, put $3.30 on Seton Hall to win the Big East.
Big spender.
$100 payout. $100 payout.
Okay.
For a $3 bet, $100 payout. Go on to FanDuel right now. You can get Seton Hall for some good money. But I got them losing to UConn in the semifinals.
Same. I have them taking on St. John's. I think, again, if St. John's beats Seton Hall, I think they're in. and then they don't have to worry about beating UConn here.
Ain't got to worry about it.
I don't think
Ooh,
so. I think they'll get in there. If they beat UConn, automatically, but it's not going to happen. UConn, baby.
UConn. My other semifinal matchup on the bottom, I got a 2-6 matchup here, Creighton and Villanova. These two teams played twice this year. Nova got the first one at Creighton in overtime by 2, and then Creighton turned around and beat Nova at Villanova also by 2. So we got a toss-up game here. We got pretty good match teams. Creighton and Villanova. I gotta go, Eric Dixon down low battling with Ryan Kalkbrenner. I would definitely want to see that. But overall, Creighton is just a better team. They have a way better resume. Nova with those head scratching losses earlier in the season to their Philadelphia foes. I got Creighton moving on to the finals.
No doubts. I got them against Marquette. Oh, it's going to be fun. Okay, if Tyler Kolek is playing, overtime game. I would love to see it. Overtime game. But if he's not, Creighton's going to take him down pretty easily. Pretty easy. Pretty easily. Not very easily, So I got, Creighton going out to the championship game against UConn.
So we got the same championship matchup here in the Big East final. Creighton and UConn. These two teams split the season series. Both teams winning on their home floor. UConn by 14, and Creighton ending UConn's big winning streak, winning their game at home by 19. Okay, both of these games double digits. This baby, I see a single digit game here. UConn Creighton. Where you going, Max?
Tight game, but I'm going UConn. I'm telling you right now. If I chose Creighton, I had to be crazy. I would have to be crazy. Put me in the nut house because I'm not going against the defending champions, and when they obviously have some aspirations to do another one. I'll tell you right now.
I think those defending champions are better than what they were last year. Definitely have better numbers and a better record. Both of these teams are top 10 at KenPom, top 10 offensively at KenPom, top 11 in the net. I'm with you, Max. The UConn Huskies, they are on another level from anybody else in this Big East. We talk about it's Purdue and everybody else in the Big Ten. I think the same thing here with the Big East. Now Creighton and Marquette are better than Illinois and Wisconsin or whoever else you want to put up there for the Big Ten. But I think UConn's up here, and then Creighton, Marquette, Seton Hall. It's a big difference at the top for me.
It really is. It's a 5-game difference. 5-game difference. If you want to just talk about record.
Yeah. Let's go to that coaches poll that I forgot there, Max. I apologize, but you said Rick Pitino for you.
Rick Pitino, baby, come on.
Solid. I gotta go. My runner-up was Shaheen Holloway for the Seton Hall Pirates.
Nice.
They were picked preseason number 9. They finished number 4. That's a really good jump. Do you know Shaheen Holloway? Does that ring any bell for you?
No.
He was the Peacocks coach when they took down the Boilers.
Great, good for him. Good for him, by the way, to squeak into the Big East and
Alma Mater.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, good for him. Hell yeah.
So he would be my runner-up. He's definitely gonna get votes for sure. Preseason pick 9th to finish 4th. But I'm gonna go Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley, Big East Coach of the Year. They were actually preseason pick 3rd. So behind Marquette and Creighton. But to lose 3 guys to the NBA, you lose a guy off the bench, and to reload and have a way better record than what you had.
Yeah.
You were a 4 seed. You were a 4 seed in the tournament last year. You could be the number 1 overall seed. Dan Hurley, he did not get satisfied with the championship. He looks like he got hungrier. Okay, saying that teams are going to have to rip the number 1 ranking away from their lifeless bodies. Like he's fucking into it. Okay.
Yeah, he's a jacked up coach. You got to see him on the sidelines, everyone. He gets jacked up.
I'd like to play for Dan Hurley. He's my Big East Coach of the Year.
It's a great pick.
Let's look at these teams in the tournament. I got UConn as a 1 seed. You gonna argue with that?
No.
Creighton and Marquette looking at a 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Seton Hall, what do you think? 10, 9, 11?
Yeah, I would say anything in between there. I think so. Maybe they get lucky. Maybe they get an 8. They can get lucky.
St. John's at 11 and 9 in the Big East. I know I said their bubble was bursted, but looking at these numbers a little bit, 31st at Ken Palm, 39th at the net. I think St. John's, they don't want to lose this game, definitely, but I think they can still get in. I think they can still get in with a loss. You got them winning, so I think you got them in there.
Yes. They beat Seton Hall, they're in.
What about Providence for you, Max? 19-12 overall, 10-10 in the Big East. We got them winning their first and then losing to Creighton. 135th offense, according to Ken Palm. Are they in or out for you? The Friars of Providence.
Man, they're out. They're out. The best chance that they have is if they win in the first round and then beat Creighton in that second round. I don't think it's happening. I don't think that's
if they beat Creighton, you put them in there?
Yeah, I think so. I think that gives them that extra boost for sure.
Last bubble team for me, I would say, is Villanova, but they got 14 losses already. One more. We don't have them win the Big East tournament, so it's going to be 15 max. Only 2 teams in the history of the tournament since at-large bids they've been selecting at-large bids, so not a conference champion. There's only been 2 teams to be picked with 15 losses. Villanova's going to have 15. No, too many losses.
No.
Too many losses. You want to compare it to a team like Indiana State? Indiana State needs to be in there over.
Yeah,
Villanova.
we brought up Indiana State yesterday. Agreed.
That's not a discussion.
Let's go Sycamore. Squeeze them in there. Come on.
And Butler, Xavier, they're not in the discussion for me.
No.
Big East, I think we got 4 locks. Max, you might have 5 locks with your Red Storm there, but
if they win, they got to win.
Yeah, I'm thinking 5 teams. I'm thinking 5 teams from the Big East. Villanova, Providence, they're right on that cut line. They go to the NIT if they want to.
Yeah, sure.
Big East, it's going to be a battle. We got UConn with championship aspirations. Marquette and Creighton are sniffing Final Fours. Seton Hall, I think, is a sleeper team. That's really about it there in the Big East. But Big East could, UConn last year, they could go back-to-back here, baby.
Ooh. If you're not thinking back-to-back, then, oh, man, you're not thinking right. You're not thinking straight.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. This one's definitely going to be on in Madison Square Garden. Can't wait for the Big East. This was 7 out of 7 Podcast Max. Thanks for the hard work. I hope everybody can watch. Where can they find the Podcast Max?
Hey, you can catch us on, obviously, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Twitter, and X. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. All 7 are going to be put into the feed tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday.
Instagram. That was it.
And Instagram. Get ready to watch all these. Let us know what you think. Give us your picks. Give us your upsets. Who's in, who's out, who's on the bubble, whose bubble's getting popped this week. My goodness, it's championship week. Let's go.
Starting to sweat already, Breezy. I'm sweating in the pits. There's games on right now that I'm about to throw on here.
Woo. Let's get the fuck out of here. We got to go.
Sorry, everybody. We got to get the hell out of here.
Whoa.
Hey.